Welcome back to the Jack to Bear Minecraft Let's Play series. We're over at the temple. If you remember last episode, we were working on the temple a bit. We're just vibing, man. We're doing a real OG building style is the best way I could describe it. Where we're like literally putting the structure up, making it how we want, we're doing the thing. So, one thing I want to do up here is I want this to kind of be a point of inflection, I guess is maybe the word I'm looking for. Maybe not. I know bangers. This ain't a banger. I don't know why that's stuck in my head right now. We've been working on getting the baby room done. That's actually what Jack's wife is doing right now. She's actually crazy. My parents, my family have been really helping out, getting stuff ready with us. And so they were here yesterday, and that was really nice. It's really, if you have a good family, if you have good parents in your life, man, like, can't take that for granted, because I know people that don't have that, and it's just, it's different. So, really appreciate my family and everything they do. But that's about all I can say about that, because you guys don't really know. You don't know me. You don't know me, bro. But, just kidding. You know me quite a bit. At least you've gotten to know me if you're a long-time viewer. Certain things about me. Maybe even things you don't like about me. That's just life, though. And if anything, I hope that I could be a way for you to learn how to put up with or be around people that you don't really necessarily like or agree with, but you're interested in what they have to say. Actually, I have an idea. Let me see something. Is it gonna work like I think it's gonna work? Sheesh. I saw this really funny thing on Twitter today that was like, I'm gonna start blaming people not liking me on the rise of anti-intellectualism. And that just really spoke to me, that really resonated with me. And so, just something funny for the day. I hate old people that can't text. I'm like, I have to work tonight, and I'm trying to coordinate with some of my coworkers about this event we're doing. And some people just really struggle communicating with, especially with technology. like just text messages and stuff. Emails they're fine with most of the time, but wow, I swear to God, you put a phone in their hand and it's like they just like it's a whole new thing to them. So just was reading a message I just got. It's just one of those things, you know, goofy. I don't know exactly the style I'm going for on this right here, but I'm gonna try and do. I'm trying to change the textures up so that's nice on the eyes. And also I'm doing this. Taking these down. I think we're gonna do. Excuse me. Oh my God. Like that. Let's see how it looks. Yeah, I don't mind that. Don't mind that at all. Except for it doesn't really match. So maybe we should just match it up with this side. Okay. That was a really quick, easy fix. Just like that. And then we can put a layer, another one in there. Okay. I'm going to go over here and do the same. Take this down. Excuse me. Wow. I'm going to try and cut those guys. I apologize. We still have not beat this. It's like, I don't know if I have allergies or not now. As I got older, did I develop allergies? Because it's going to really trigger me. Wow, that triggered me. This is a half slab. That. Actually, this might just work. Exactly how I wanted to. Let's see. I don't know if I'm getting that aesthetic spot on how I want, but let's see. Okay. Looks alright. I think there's a lot going on here that doesn't need to be. I'll leave it for now. So I was trying to do something with that, but it's not. It'll help with the interior design, actually, and how I wanted that set up. I want to put, like, a river up here, too. I was thinking about this. To incorporate, like, some rivers and some water in this build. Like, maybe a pool in this area. And it just goes down. I don't want to keep this whole frame, is what I'm thinking now. This frame was just like me trying to space out an area where I could build over and build a landscape up towards. And then again, based on some of Cypher's suggestions, have the elytra course like kind of underneath the frame, but it's not going to be underneath this. It's going to be through the frame once it's completed in this area down here. We're not going to get rid of all these trees. We're going to build some structural areas. Like this is going to be a big piece of rock sticking out of the ground. It might not go all the way up to this line now. It might just come up to here and gradually grow into this tower over here, and then come over here and kind of gradually move down back towards that point as well. But having like a water system through there with some trees in it maybe and things of that nature, and then pulling this wall into this edge, like it's pushed up right to the edge of this thing, and then having that the same on this side. But then I want to put another building over here, and then in the middle, obviously the big part, and then another one over here. So having a way for those all to be interconnected to this middle piece will be important. So we'll work on figuring that out. We're just kind of getting some aesthetics down and some scaling down for the actual buildings themselves to help inform the rest of it. So yeah, hope that makes sense. The moon. Okay. So let me think about what I was doing. This has got a block on the end of it. This does too. So does that. This one goes up 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we could do the same thing on this side, actually. This is going to give it the Elden Ring aesthetic I was kind of thinking about. If you haven't played Elden Ring, I'd highly recommend it. It's a game that can be really difficult to start. But once you figure out the dodge mechanic and, you know, some timing and learning to read the moves, it's a pretty standard game. Just really, really well done. Like perfected. Taking that old game style of don't get hit by the boss and make sure you hit back, and like this, it's that same feeling of like the first time you played a 2D scroller boss battle, and that intenseness, but in the beautiful 3D art form and storytelling that they have. That is Elden Ring. George R.R. Martin wrote it. If you're a fan of something like Game of Thrones, George R.R. Martin is the creative mind behind the story of Elden Ring. At least him and Miyazaki worked together on it. So, and From Software is just an awesome game developer. Like I said, really mastered the core simple mechanics of what gaming is. Really perfected it to a T. Yeah, that's gonna look sweet. Actually, it's gonna have this gothic, sort of almost Viking longhouse, sort of almost medieval castle kind of aesthetic, which is what I wanted. Get away from me! What else can I snipe? A chicken. Oh. Do you know what? I was just thinking that one song that's always on the fucking TikToks these days. I'm always against picking up random fucking things we don't really need to pick up because it just takes up inventory slots, but here I am. Yeah. Yeah, this part's really going to be like and then all along the edge and then jagged back down this way is kind of what I meant. Whereas like this front part's going to stay how it is, but we're just going to eliminate this top part and gradually slope it down to this staircase. I think that'll just look better for our case and for the aesthetic of the entire build. And then the size of these, so I was thinking of this as like a third of the way to the clouds. That's the best way I could put it. And this middle part to be like maybe a third or a quarter as well. But then the actual big tower go through the clouds versus this corner maybe be halfway up. This corner maybe be 3/4 up, the tower lengths and like how they're connected to the big middle part. And it'll make sense eventually, but it's almost Oblivion-esque towers mixed with the Dark Tower mixed with some other ideas that I had. But just capturing that aesthetic and actually spending the time to do the work and be motivated is a little different than thinking about it. So I was just trying to do something entertaining for you guys too. Getting to know some more mega building things. I could be a mega builder on YouTube. I'd be into that. I bet you're about halfway through. Yep, we're exactly halfway through the episode. So I usually do my yapping. I try to do my yapping on schedule now at certain intervals. If I'm not going to talk the whole episode or if I'm just, you know, other episodes where I don't talk at all, Those are different, but yeah. Oh, sorry, I was messaging my coworkers back again. Okay. You know, we're gonna take a break from this right now. Oh my god. And go do some other things quick. First things first, go drop off this mob pickups. Mob drops. Maybe we should repair the tools today. I think that's a good idea. And I want to try and make some fireworks that are more powerful. So, let's take one of these. We're gonna need some sugarcane. Make some paper. 'Cause I'm a paper chaser. Okay. Whoa. Okay, let's do a test. You guys like your apartments? I feel like it's to add some paintings and things. Maybe we'll do that too. So, this is flight duration 1. Gets us about halfway to the mob spawner is what I'd say. This is the height. This is flight duration 3. Gets us a little closer. Maybe not even. It feels a lot longer this way. Wonder if it makes a difference on the ground when you set them down. Much more of a difference. Holy shit. This feels like it carries you around a little bit. Okay. Oh. I'm gonna wait up here for a little bit and get some of my tools repaired. We're actually gonna stream. If you're watching this as it comes out, I'm gonna be on Twitch, and I'm gonna be on Twitch like right after you're done watching this. So I'm gonna be playing Schedule 1. If you don't know what Schedule 1 is, it's like a drug dealing simulator, and I know that might be inappropriate for some of your audiences. So, you know, if you're under the age of 18 or if you're a minor, whatever, just maybe talk to your parents about it. Make sure they know what you're watching. I know that sounds kind of cringy and kind of lame, but man, if you got good parents, like I said earlier in the episode, don't take any of it for granted. They're just trying to help you so that you can be better and later in life and do well for yourself. So no hate on all that, and I grew up a deviant, so and a hooligan, but my parents were really good and did their best to correct me and put me on the right path. So take it from me, as a person who eventually turned that into success, and maybe not even in the ways that most people would consider success, but in lots of ways that I'm healthy and happy, and I have my own family, and we're stable, and you know, like I can buy a $3,000 computer just to play Minecraft and make silly little YouTube videos for you guys, and you know, that's the kind of life I'm living. So I was just looking at computers for a jacked up wife the other night, because we are gonna get her a setup. The peripherals and stuff, well, is like the biggest added cost, and I didn't realize because jacked up wife bought a lot of my peripherals, like my chair and my desk and my monitor. So that extra cost built into it all, that makes it truly even more expensive, was really taken care of and assisted on by my wife. So this time I was like looking through it all, I was like, dang. But again, something that we're doing for our own businesses, our own workspace. So making the right choices with all that stuff is really important. And sometimes cost just shouldn't be considered, especially if you're gonna use it to make money. Well, even more so, I guess, if it's used to make money. Don't just spend it willy-nilly, but kind of use it strategically. Don't be so worried about, oh, it's expensive. Just think, well, if I can produce this much results with it, this is the value of use or value over time to me and the business, or to me and the, you know, whatever, and justify it that way. Or not even thinking of it as justifying, but rationalizing it. There's lots of ways to think about things. I think there's we're built in like a weird culture of guilt and shame, and I don't necessarily agree with that kind of lifestyle or thinking. So I try as much as I can to help people realize that that's what they're doing. And if you don't do that, congratulations, you're not trapped. You're woke, brother. Maybe not in the ways that what people once considered woke, but you're woke. I just think it's a funny thing, like the politics thing lately. Both sides just are saying the same things to one another, in different ways. And until you can understand both perspectives, like, you're not going to get anywhere in that conversation. You're not going to grow as a person or as a society, as a nation. The whole picking a side and refusing to see the other way is just really, really detrimental to everyone's well-being and to our environment's well-being. Seriously, we're losing sight of the real issues sometimes. But hey, stay distracted so the billionaires can keep destroying the world and living their best life for the 100 or so years that they got on the earth. That's really what's going on here. So, and nothing against people who have wealth or anything like that. Like, more power to you. The system was designed for that. But don't forget, if you're not a part of it, if If you're not living on that side, then you're not a part of it, and you shouldn't be trying to justify or defend any of that. But other than just realizing, hey, that's kind of tipping the balance, and maybe we should think of a different way to do this. And that's coming from a person who has privilege and such. So I'm not a hater. I just think there's a different way to live. And I'm rambling at the mob spawner. This episode's gonna be called Mob Spawning Rambling. Witches take so much to kill. The only thing that didn't get mending was my boots, so that's why every time we look in here, all my armor's good, but not my boots. Because these all have mending, so every time I earn XP, it's repairing it, but not my boots. Same with the axe. The axe isn't in mending, but the shovel and the pick do, and my sword. So just keep these. And I keep using escape for my inventory. These are the ones you're gonna use the most for sure. Like wood, obviously you cut a lot of wood, but once you reach a certain point, like the shovel and the pick are far more important than an axe. Not saying I'm never gonna put mending on an axe. I probably will once this one breaks, just because it's, you know, I just can't get anything else on it because it's got fortune on it, and efficiency and unbreaking. Someone set up fortune because I don't think fortune works on an axe. Just get mending on there with our efficiency and unbreaking. Also, I see you can get efficiency 5, but I've literally never seen it on my own enchantments. If there's a way to increase the odds, let me know. Cypher, if you're watching and you're hearing my question, please, how do I get a better chance at efficiency 5? Or is it just a set rate and I'm never going to get it? Or I just got to keep playing? Because I got like 6-7 days on this goddamn world. Something crazy, a week of my life so far. The last time I played a game this much, well, I played a lot of games for a lot. Don't get me wrong, I play a lot of video games, like more than the average person, far more than the average person. But it's been a long time since I put this much effort and dedication into a game for this long of a period. We were really into the new college football when it first dropped, me and my buddies. But that really fizzled out with everybody's schedule being busy. People have kids, jobs. We're also involved in the community, my local group of friends here. That's who I was playing the college football with, because we set up a league. But, you know, then the school year comes around and just screws everything up with people who have kids and stuff like that. So, drinking iced coffee. If you're a nice coffee lover, leave a comment. If you're not a nice coffee lover, stay out of my comments. Just kidding. If you're I only drink black coffee kind of person, just know that I think you're funny. Like you're a silly human being. You're like, I'm gonna heat this bean up. Actually, I'm gonna crush this bean up into a powder first. Then I'm gonna pour really hot water on it, and then I'm gonna drink that hot bean water. More power to you, hot bean water noodle head ass drinking. I only drink black coffee head ass. Okay. I think I'm good. I kind of like how this transformed after it got blown up and we did the other blocks. I really like this. Is how I learned that tuft was so cool looking. Like it looks good with this. I wanted to build another build with cobblestone in it. Oh shit, it combined. Which one's my one? This one? Oh yeah, I think that's the one. Guys, this is not supposed to happen. I think there's so many spiders in there. Wait, is that fucking creeper up there? I swear I saw some green. Maybe I was just parent. Maybe I saw the feet of those guys. That's the last thing I need is another creeper blowing up my platform up here. Okay. You just get materials so fast, especially with this looting sword. Like, once I got the looting 3 on this sword, that your mob spawner goes from being like an XP farm to a whole ass gunpowder farm. And so those people that set up individual farms for specific mobs, yeah, sure, maybe the min-maxing is nice, but just get looting. I swear it has the same desired effect. Like, you know what I mean? And it's not like you need a whole inventory of these specific materials to do anything. Unless you're trying to grow like a infinite flower farm and you need all the bones in the world. You know? That was a witch, eh? Yeah. Witches are fucking annoying. What is this weirdo doing out here? Wait. Thought I had some paintings somewhere, but I don't think so. Just want to make some. How do I make a painting? Oh, wool, my bad. I thought it was paper. We'll use some of that. Green wool. Ten paintings. Let's go, throw some of those up in the apartment building. Let's go in here. Oh man, it's too big. Nice. Hall of Art, big pictures. I really like that. Let's get one up here. Oh yeah, that's good. One here. Like that. It's the apartment of art. Ow. Hey, 69. I just noticed that. Oh, somebody here. Alright, guys. We're actually going to end the episode there then. Because I think that's my parents coming to hang out. Thanks for watching, guys. I'm Bear. We'll see you next time.